In this video, I'm going to make a shotgun. Brah! We got a particle emitter on it. We have ray casting. You never know when you're going to need a shotgun. And also, we have a 10-degree spread. So if you hit close, you can still get them. I have a feeling we're going to need that shotgun. One more thing I want to show you, because we have ray casting, if I go to shoot somebody and somebody's in front, brah, they're going to get hit, right? That's pretty cool. Let's see what happens after 11 seconds, though. Oh, I have a knockback, too, in case you don't quite kill them. Let's try and go out here and move our way in. Oh, never mind. Brah. You can see the knockback, right? Wait. I could do this all day. In fact, I have done it all day. All right, let's go ahead and get started making our shotgun. So I uploaded a mesh. I did not make the mesh. I found it at Roblox. I saved it under my account. I'll put this link in the description. That way you can follow along exactly. Go to this URL, hit get model, then you'll have this in your toolbox. Also, for the blast emitter, shotgun blast emitter, I will also put that link in the description. You can come here. There's no image, but the emitter takes a lot of time. I got this one pretty close to what I wanted. It'll say get model. You press it. Once you press those two get model buttons, you will have in your toolbox under inventory, my models. That's the shotgun blast emitter. We can go ahead and click that. Right now it's on the base plate. You can see it kind of blasting out. If that's annoying, you can maybe make the rate 0 because we're going to do that anyway. And that way it won't go off. We just have to remember it's on the base plate. All right, let's get our meshes shotgun 2. It's really big. That's all right. We're going to make it small. Let's close this. I'm going to slow my mouse down a little bit. Let's slow it down to about 0.5. Let's go to our scale. When I click this dot, you're going to see some options on how to shrink things or scale things. If you hold the Alt down, everything should scale at once. I'm going to bring this blue dot value down to 3.5. About that, right? All right, let's go over here, grab a red dot. I'm not going to hold the Alt down. I'm just going to make this thicker. And I have this on 0.1 studs. So I'm going to pull this out. 1, 2, 3. So it's about a half a stud thick. It's more Robloxy. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and go to the workspace, hit the plus, hit T for tool, add the tool. We'll rename the tool to shotgun. All right, get your mesh, drag the mesh into the shotgun, and then rename the mesh to handle, capital H. Handle. It's got to be spelled right or it's not going to work. All right, let's get our avatar, rig builder, R15. I'll hit the mesh avatar 2012 because I like that one. And now let's put the shotgun in the rig to see what it looks like. Now we need to adjust the grip on the tool, the shotgun, right? So with the shotgun selected, if we hit rotate, I'm going to make sure this is at 15-degree increments on the rotate. I am under the avatar tab, so you have that option. And you might be tempted to actually rotate the weapon using the circles. I'm just using the circles here. So I see that I want to flip this on the green, which is the Y. If I go to shotgun and I look for grip orientation and I do the Y as 180, boom, it flipped it. It's a negative 180, but that's all right. Negative 180 and 180 are the same number on a circle. All right, now I need to move this down. So once again, you might be tempted to move it with the arrows. I'm just looking to see, oh, this is blue. So this is the Z axis. I want to move that gun down on the grip. So go to the grip position, and I want to move it down so it's negative. How about negative 1.5? That moved it down. I want to move it out a little bit. That's the green. And I'll do a 0.2, but I have done this before, so I know it's negative 0.2. That's not as obvious to see if it's positive or negative. You might have to try a few different ones. There, that works. Nice. Now what we need to do is add an animation. Come on up here and click Animation Editor. There we go. We're going to click our rig and let's give it a name. Let's call it something like Shotgun Carry, because the default tool animation is not really going to work for our shotgun. Let's go down to these three dots, hit those. We're going to set animation priority, action. We need to override movement and idle. There, action. Save it again. You're going to get your anim saves down here inside the rig. You can look at it. Ah, there we go. Shotgun carry. All right. So let's select our rig again. There it is. And then I'm going to grab his arm. I'm on 15-degree increments for my animation editor for the rotate. Let's go back one actually. There we go. Because it's kind of hard to carry two-hand tools in Roblox. So I selected the lower arm right here. We had the upper arm, we moved it back. Lower arm, let's move it up, I don't know, 75 degrees. How's that? All right, let's move his lower arm in maybe 3. Oh, that was 4. How about 3? 45 degrees. Remember, I have this on 15-degree increments. I'm going to grab the upper arm. I'm going to move that 2 this way. One more. Okay, there we go. So it's cutting into his body a little bit, but it's not too bad. Let's grab his torso. 1, 2. And then we'll straighten his head out because he's carrying, right? So he wants to look in front of him. 1, 2, the other way. Let's get his shoulder on his left arm. And we'll move that 60 degrees. Look good. Maybe on the blue. 1, 2. Maybe one more. 3. That's kind of high. Let's move his lower arm down a little bit. What I want to do is line up his hands to hold the shotgun. So I'm going to get this hand right here. I'm going to rotate it. That looks good. Maybe rotate it on the red. We might have to move that out a little bit. Maybe blue. More red. I think that's going to be pretty close. Now, in order to get a shotgun in that hand, we're going to move this hand. 1, 2, 3. And then up. 1. Is that level? That's not level yet. 1, 2. Little bit crooked. Let's do green 1. That's not bad. And now what I think I'm going to do is change my rotate angle. Instead of 15-degree increments, we'll do 5. I'll just go ahead and do some fine tuning on the hand here. How's that? That's not bad. They're a little close. If we could move that arm out a little bit. But you know what? It's a video. It's going to be hard to get it just right. And I'm going to keep messing with it, right? Let me get this hand and rotate it one more click that way. Yeah, I think that's about what we're going to have to call it at. Looking good. Looking good. All right, let's hit our 3 dots. We're going to hit save. Hit the 3 dots again. We're going to publish to Roblox. You're going to have to move your window around a little bit so you can see your submit button. Hit the submit. Get your shotgun carry ID. Boom, right? ID copied. Close that. Let's move our shotgun out of the rig. I'm going to put it in the workspace. There we go. I'm going to open it up and hit the plus on the shotgun. Hit an A for animation. Click animation. click on the animation, and then we're going to do a paste to get that ID in there. Cool. That's going to be our shotgun carry. Shotgun. How about shotgun carry anim? That's kind of long, I know. Let's just call it carry anim, because it's in the shotgun, so we know it's a shotgun carry. Let's add a local script to our shotgun. So I select shotgun, hit the plus, hit the local script. I'm going to close my animation editor so I have more room. And this is going to be very similar to my machine gun carry, right? I want to get a reference to the gun, script.parent. I'm going to get the player and just make that nil for now, because the gun might be sitting out in the world. Somebody might not have it. I'll make char nil. I'll make a variable for mouse. Did I spell mouse right? And I need a connection. Local connection, and this is going to be for the activate or the activated event. Let's get our carry anim. Set that equal to, well, script.parent is the gun, so we could do gun, and then I'll do wait for child, and we have our carry anim. Sweet. And then we'll get our carry track, and that'll be nil for now. So let's make a function, a local function, and I'll call this do anims. Do animations. How about that? Do animations. We're going to send in the character and then a flag whether we are equipped or not. All right, and then I'll get the humanoid. From the char, we'll do a wait for child, humanoid, and then let's get the animator from the humanoid. Animator equals humanoid, wait for child, animator. Cool. Now we want to load up our player with the animation if they are equipped. So I'll say if equipped, then carry track equals animator load animation carry anim. So we're going to put the carry anim in the animator, which is in the humanoid, to get the carry track. Once we get the carry track, then we can play it. So we can say carry track play. All right, so we might not be equipped. So else is if we are not equipped, but we want to say else if, put another condition in there. How about carry track exists and we're not equipped? Whoops, then, oh good, it fixed itself. I had two E's in there. We'll do carry track stop, not play, but stop. Let me move this code up a little bit. And I'll do carry track destroy. Ooh, that's the story. Destroy. My spelling always gets me. We'll just set up a few more functions. I'm going to move the code up a little more. We are going to need a local onActivate function. onActivated. Let's call it activated. That's the event name, activated. All right, and then we'll do local function on equipped. What happens there? Well, somebody picked up the gun, right? So we'll say player equal game dot players dot local player, and then we're going to get the mouse from the player. So we'll say mouse equals player get mouse, and then let's get a connection for when we click on something, right? So now that we have the gun, we're going to get the gun dot activated event. We're going to connect it to, I got extra parentheses in there. I got to slow down a little bit. On activated. All right. And then let's get the char. The char is going to be, we'll get the player, and then the player has a character, but the character might not be ready yet in case we're like entering the game real quick or something. There's like 2-second lag. So then we'll do player.character added wait. Character added wait. Just so that the character added wait will fire when the character is added, and then this character will be loaded into this char variable. That's why we do that. It's a safety thing. It'll probably be fine though, right? Because you're equipped. All right, so then we'll do animations. We're going to pass in the char, and we're going to pass in true because we are equipped. Let's go down here, and we're going to hook up our gun.equipped. Connect that to the onEquipped function. Nice. All right. What else are we going to need? Oh, let's get an unequipped. We'll put it here. Let's just copy this. Control C, Control V, and then instead of onEquipped, we're going to do on unequipped as a capital U, right? And then here, let's get the gun. Let's put it underneath. Let's keep the order the same. Gun unequipped event. Connect that to our on unequipped function. There we go. All right, now this has to be modified a little bit. So unequipped, let's just go ahead and make the player nil. We'll make the mouse nil. We'll make the connection nil. See where I'm going with this, right? We're not actually going to make it nil though. We're going to just disconnect. And then I think I'm not going to get that character. Let's just get rid of that. And because we're going to need to pass in the char. And here, let's pass in false. I think that'll work, right? So these two can be nil. The char should still exist while we undo our animations. We're going to send in a false. Let's try this out. Let's also rename our local script, because once we have a few scripts floating around, that's going to get confusing. I'm going to call this shoot. I usually call the local one shoot and then the server one damage, although we don't only do shoot and damage. Let's hit play. And here we go. Saturday morning. Hopefully it works. There's my gun over here. I'm going to pick that up. Sweet. That's looking pretty good. It's kind of hanging off to the side. Nah, I think it's all right. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't do anything yet. Just make sure there's no errors. Hit the output window, no errors. Make sure the animation shuts off when you put it back and then turns on when you pick it up, right? That's what we want. All right, good. We can turn this off, go back to our script. Boom. And shoot. Now, in order to do damage, let me close this window right here. We're going to need a remote event so that we could do the damage on server side, which means we'll go to shotgun, hit the plus, hit an R, remote event. That's the gateway between the client and server. I'll call this shoot RE. And then I'm going to go to the shotgun, hit the plus, hit S, add a script. Now we have a server script. I'm going to call this, how about, yeah, damage. It's going to do more than damage, but I like my server scripts to be damage so I know what they are. All right, now I'm going to need this shoot RE in both the client and the server. All right, so we can start with the server. It's open up now. I'll do a local shoot RE equals, well, we need to get the gun. Maybe let's just get the gun here too. Keep that shoot RE there. And we'll do local gun equals script dot parent. And then the shoot RE will get the gun. And then we'll get our shoot RE from there. All right, we're going to need this on the local too. So copy that. Go to our local shoot script, which is right here, if you don't know. There we go. And let's go up to the top. Let's get a hold of that remote event here. I'll put a variable for it. I just did a paste. Shoot RE. And then down here on activated, we are going to do shoot RE colon fire server. Let's scroll this code up a little bit. We're going to need two things. Well, let's pass in two things to the server. We're going to do the mouse.target. We'll send that over. And then we'll do the mouse.hit. All right. And that's the C frame of what we hit, what we clicked on. Let's go to our damage and add a few things. I want to get the sound working. I'm going to do the sound server side first. Let's go and get we're going to need a function, a local function for our knockback. So I'm just going to make a placeholder here, assign knockback. That one, I'm going to pass in the target. I believe we'll need the char, we'll need the hit, we'll need the direction. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that after. Let's do a local function cast ray. Right, so if you watch the ray casting prior to this video, this is going to be very similar. So I'm going to pass in the hit, I'm going to pass in the origin, and how about the dir with length. It's not going to be quite the same as the ray casting video because we put it on a gun, right? But it's going to be really, really close. I know what else we're going to need. We're going to need the on shoot. Do a local function on with an S, shoot. We'll get the player, move my mouse. We'll get the target. Oh my goodness, target, and we'll get the hit. And the one thing I really want to do is play the bang right here. Bang. That way we could check to make sure that there's communication between the local script and the server script. And we're going to get that communication with our shoot RE. We'll do a dot on server event and connect to on shoot. Get rid of those two extra parentheses. They'll cause an error. All right, let's get a bang noise that we could play on server side. Everybody's going to hear the bang. I'm going to go to my game world here. I'll go to home. I'll go to toolbox. Let's select marketplace. Hit audio with an A. And then maybe we'll say like shotgun, blast. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to play a few of these. Oh, you know what? That's not bad. Let's just grab that. So I don't like putting things on the handle, but it is our only base part. Let's just go ahead and hit insert. It says shotgun blast. That's good enough. Let's close this window. Let's go back to damage. I'm going to get a variable for the shotgun blast up here. We'll say local. How about blast? Right, and that's on the gun. And then on the gun handle. And let's do a wait for child. Shotgun blast. You're not going to have to wait for the child. Because there's a space in there, I like to use the quote notation. All right, so down here, let's get this name, Control C, and we're going to play it when we do our shoot. Right, not doing damage yet, but we can get a sound. All right, now we should try this out. Hit the play. And there we go. Yeah, that's not bad. We're not doing a knockback on the character yet. We're not doing any knockback on who we hit or damage. But make sure we don't have any errors. View output. We could pick up the shotgun. What happens if you click? Good. Click. Good. Click. Yeah. All right. Good. It's working. Let's just go ahead and turn this off. We'll go back to our damage script. Damage. And get rid of this output window. Let's get a few variables on our damage script, the server script on our shotgun. and a few more variables, I should say. Eventually, we're going to need a range because shotguns can't go too far, right? And then we'll need a filter table for our ray casting. Filter table, and that'll be the empty table starting out. Let's go ahead and get a params variable for the raycast parameters, params.new, and I think that's all we're gonna need for now. Let's stick with that. Let's stick with that. All right, knockback. Let's hold off. How about on shoot? What should we do there? Let's get our character. We'll do the bang first, no matter what. I'm going to move this up more. All right, and then we'll do our local char. We're going to get the char from the player, the character from the player. So player.character or player.character added : wait. In case character's not quite ready. Let's get our humanoid root part from the char. Wait for child humanoid root part. Let's get oh, we could have just got the char. We could have gotten the char from the tool too. That's fine. Let's do that's good enough for now. Let's get our filter table and initialize the filter table every time we shoot. We're going to repopulate. So I'm going to say filter table equals open and close. We'll do an empty table right here, open and close curly brackets. And then we'll get our table, insert to the filter table, the char. All right, because we might die and come back. So we're going to need to repopulate this table. We're going to get the params, and now we'll do our filter descendants instances equals filter table. What else? Oh, and the filter, the exclusion type. So we'll do the params, and then we'll do our filter type, and then that'll be enum dot raycast filter type dot exclude. I believe that's right. All right, and then we're gonna get the origin, the start position of the raycast. We'll do that here, right? So I'll say origin equals script.parent or gun, right? I think we have a gun variable, do we? Oh, we do, good. Script.parent, which is actually the gun, and there's a handle. Yeah, let's use the handle's position as the origin of the ray. You could do the barrel, but that's all right. This is close enough. It's a shotgun. And then we're going to get a variable for our direction, right? And that's going to be the hit, the thing that the mouse clicked on and we passed over. We're going to get that position. And then we're going to subtract off the origin and then make that the unit vector. So it's of length 1. We only want the direction, not the direction and the length. Then we're going to loop through a 10-degree spread. So I'll say for I equals -10 to 10 in steps of 1. This might be overkill. You could do 2. And we'll get the for j equals -10 to 10 in steps to 1. So this is your angle, right? So if you want to go plus or minus 20 degrees, you increase it. 5 degrees might even be better. If you noticed in my demo, it was a pretty powerful gun. And now we'll do local. We need radians, and I'm assuming the 10s are in degrees, right? So let's do a math.rad for I, and then we'll do a rads math.radj, right? We're going to need an X value. This calculation is kind of rough, right? I just looked it up, right? We're gonna change where we're gonna point our. We're gonna put our X, Y, and Z based on the angular change of the I and the J. So bear with me on this. Like I said, I had to look it up. So I do dir.x, the direction.x times math.cos cosine of the radians minus the direction dot z times math dot sine of RDS. We're going to do something similar for the z and the y. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to paste these, and then I'm going to change what I need to change, probably make an error somewhere. Let's do the z first. We'll do the y last. dir x will be the same. This is going to be a sine plus, oh my goodness, I have it written down right beside me, so that's why I'm kind of fumbling. Then we got the dir dot z, and then we'll do the cosine here. Cool. And then this is the y direction, so y, and that's going to be right, a y there. What did we do? Oh, you know what? I need to make this like, let's make this RDS y. But these are the original RDSs, so we're okay. It's this one right here. I know you guys are probably watching like, oh man, he messed up. All right, so this is going to be the RDS y, the up and down. Might as well change that one too, right? That looks good. All right, so that's the y. This is going to be a cosine. That's good. This will be a minus. That's good. This will be a z. That's good. And RDS y. I think we got it. All right, what are we going to do with that? Well, we got to get a direction. Local. How about dir 3D? Right, because we got our cone now. And then we'll do vector 3 new. That's our new x, y, and z. And then we're going to cast our ray. I wish we could check this right now. We could check it for errors right now. Let's do that. Let's do that. We might as well do that. We'll do hit origin dir 3d dot unit vector. Send in the unit vector. Make it of length 1. And then we can multiply range from there, because the raycast wants a direction with the range. I think we're good. Yeah, let's just go ahead and play it. Let's go up here. We're going to put a print statement here. How about for, what should we print out? How about this value? Control C. And then we'll print this out. Print Control V, and that's this, right? All right, I just did that so I could remember what I wanted. I'm just kidding. I did that because I messed up. Let's do the print. Let's do the print to see if we have everything working with no nasty red messages. View output. Got to pick up our gun. Sweet. We're going to press. Oh, yeah. So I don't see any nasty red messages. These seem to be changing. Are these changing? Yeah, these are changing slightly. These are changing. It's going to change a lot when we're running. I think we're good. All right, let's continue on. We're not doing any damage yet. We're not even casting the ray yet. We're just calculating stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Let's go back to our damage script. And we'll shut this window. Let's go ahead and scroll up a little bit. We're going to work on our raycast function. We'll get rid of the print statement. Let's say local result equals workspace raycast. So we're going to cast an array. We're going to get the result back in the result variable. And we'll have the origin, which is the start position, the direction with length. And what else do we need? Oh, parameters for our exclusion list. Let's see if we get a result. If we do, then let's get the target. So local target, that is result.instance, right? Let's do if target dot parent, just put an extra check in there. Then if target dot parent is a accessory, right? CCESSOR. If it's an accessory, if the parent of what you hit is an accessory, it might be a hat or some sort of clothing that can block the ray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the table. I'm going to insert into our filter list the target, and then I'm going to recast my ray because I want to make sure that something important isn't underneath it. Oh, I don't know why I have that equal sign there. So we'll do the insert, and then let's get the params, and we're going to do our filter descendant instances. We have to reset this with our new updated filter table. It doesn't update in place. And then we'll return cast ray. We're just going to cast it again, right? We're going to take that accessory out of the mix and just shoot out another cast. All right, so else, it's not an accessory. Let's look for a humanoid associated with the target. So the target dot parent, we'll do a find first child and look for a humanoid. There might not be a humanoid. You might hit a wall or something like that. So we'll do if hum, then we'll go ahead and get some damage, right? You could do like, maybe I'll just do a random value for the damage. Now, each one of these is going to be like a pellet. We're going to shoot out lots and lots and lots of these. So keep the damage pretty low. I'll do random. How about next integer somewhere between 1 and 10 or 1 and 5. I had 1 and 10 in the demo. Oh, we don't have a random number generator here. Let's just scroll up a little bit. And then we'll do local RND equals random new. And now we can generate a random number. Or you could just put like 1 in there, make the pellets like not very much damage, but if you get hit by a lot of them, it's going to kill you. This is high, right? I was like killing everything in one shot. You might want to do like 1 to 5. Should we try that? I think we should try that. 1 to 5. And then we'll get our humanoid. We'll do a take damage, pass in the damage. We're also going to assign a knockback. So we'll do knockback. We'll definitely need to target, I don't know, maybe the hum parent, which is the character. And what else? Let's pass in the hit in case we need it. And dir length, but I think I'm only going to pass the unit vector. So just the dir. I don't think we have that. No, we didn't. We just passed in the dir length, so I'll make it a unit vector right there. So I'll put this on a different line so you can see it better. All right, looking good. Let's try this out. We're going to hit the play button. And here we go. Let's get our, we need more things in the world that we could shoot. See what we got here. That's looking good. Let's shoot our rig. Well, that's pretty powerful. I didn't get any errors though. It's looking good. Let's continue on. We'll put some zombies in the world. We also have to get our little flash, right? And that's on the base plate. We can't forget about that. Let's just turn this off. Go back to our damage script. And we'll close that window. Continue on. So we just need to work on our knockback and, the flash for the gun. Let's do the knockback first. All right, we'll get up here. I'm just going to do a simple knockback. And I'm going to do it, a lot of the code is going to be based off of my ball throw video. This is the distance I want them knocked back. I'll call it dist, how about KB for knockback. Now, it doesn't work out perfect because humanoids, when they're standing, there's like a force you have to overcome. But this is a good starting point. So right from the ball video, we'll do the velocity will be math square root of the gravity, 196.2 times the distance for the knockback times the direction, right? And this is a unit vector, so that should be good. The upward direction, vector 3 new 0. I'll just do like 0.5 and 0. And then this is going to be a unit vector. Let's go ahead and put this on the next line. I'll just hit the enter right there. You can keep it on one line. I just want you to be able to see it. So the unit vector will make this whole thing of magnitude 1. That's just going to be the upward and outward direction based on the DIR we're sending in. So we'll have unit, and I had to increase this by a factor of 2 because of the standing force that you have to overcome of the humanoid. So it doesn't quite go the distance of a ball. And if you calculated this out, you could find the perfect this is the perfect velocity for the distance traveled if your height doesn't change. All right, but it doesn't work out with the characters. Let's get the target, which is what we hit. We will get the assembly linear velocity equal that to the velocity. Let's put some spin on them too. So you can get really clever with this. I didn't want to have to do any vector mathematics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the assembly angular velocity. Oh man, it's not helping me out at all on these. Angular velocity. And I'm just going to give it a vector 3 new. I'll spin it on the x-axis, 0 and 0. All right, so that should put a nice spin on them. Do I have that spelled right? Assembly linear velocity, assembly angular velocity. I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and try it before we put our blast emitter on. Hit play. And here we go. And he should fly back. Maybe if I move back enough, it won't kill him. Yeah, that's good. It didn't kill him. It just knocked him back. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's go back to our damage. We'll put our emitter on there, and then we'll test that with some zombies. Let's go to the workspace. There's our gun. We need to get the emitter on here. I'm going to put an attachment on the gun, and the only base part is the handle. I don't like putting an attachment on the handle. It works fine, but I have a feeling that one of these days they're going to do a Roblox update, and that might not work. All right, but it's good now. All right. Otherwise, you could put a tiny little part and then just weld it to the end. All right, but the attachment works really nice. It gives you a small point that you can focus on. Let's go to the Home tab. Hit the move with the attachment selected. Figure out where you want your blast. Now remember, if you're running, you're going to want it to be a little bit ahead of you. All right. That's looking pretty good. Now the blast should already be set up. Let's put the blast, drag the blast down to the attachment. Let's turn that thing on just to test it out. Rate, let's say, I don't know, 2. So we're going to have to, it's going this direction. We're going to have to rotate our attachment. Hit the little rotate button. Click the attachment. And there we go. It's shooting down. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? Let's just do this let's do this manually. Let's go to our position. Oh, it's looking good. It's at 90 degrees. I thought maybe it was a little bit off center. All right, let's try it out. Let's try it out. We're going to have to go to our blast emitter. We'll make this 0. We're going to blast it with code. So we'll go to our damage. Ooh, we'll need a variable. I don't think we have one for the handle. We do have one for the gun, though. So what should we call it? How about flash? And that's gun. And then not parent. We want to go down to the handle. We want to go on the attachment. Sure, I'll do a wait for child. And then we'll do blast emitter. Get this flash. Come on down here. You can do it right with the play. I think I'll do it at the end though. Flash. And we're going to emit 1. Right? Now you can change the size and stuff. If you look at this blast emitter, you could change the lifetime of the blast. You could change the speed. A lot of things are adjustable. I got it pretty decent the way it was at. So I'm just going to leave it like that. There's a texture on it. I did not make that texture. I found it somewhere on the Roblox toolbox. That's what gives it its cool color. That's why when you look at this white, you're like, oh, that's weird. We're getting colors on there. Let's go ahead and try this out. See if our blast is working. There we go. Game started. Still don't have some zombies. It's pretty good. And when we're running, yeah, I like it. You can add animations, right? Because it's kind of pointing down when he's running. It's fine for me because it goes where we're doing our direction. Boom. You can hit body parts. It doesn't move. It doesn't move regular parts. Here's another body part. Sweet. All right, there you go. You got a nice shotgun. I think that's pretty cool.